Alrighty, good evening everyone. Today we'll be doing a Zendikar Rising draft. Now, there's still a few cards in Zendikar Rising I need. And I really don't want to do any more Mystery Booster. So, can't be blocked if you had another creature in the party mechanic enter the battlefield this turn. Beginning of combat, if you have a full party, creatures you control gain whenever they deal damage, draw a card. That seems pretty strong. I think I'm going to try red-white. I don't think I've actually played red-white yet. And Kargan Warleader is pretty well one of the best red-white cards that exists in the format, from what I understand. Okay. The Core Warrior as well as Grotag Bugcatcher I think are both good. In the straight Warrior deck, I'm not sure which is better. But I'm going to take the Bugcatcher because I think I want to cut red. Alright, another Warleader, showing me that forcing this was the correct choice. Probably not. I'm probably going to get cut super hard. But hopefully, by passing that blue rare, we kind of say, hey, I'm not going to be picking blue, so go ahead and take it. Alright, I think it's between Sneaking Guide, McKindy Stampede, or Smite the Monstrous. I want to take Sneaking Guide because it's a 1-mana rogue, which helps with the Grotag Bugcatcher, because we're probably going to have a couple of party mechanics out of white. But McKindy Stampede I think is really good. We'll take it. We don't want too many tap lands, but if we can get a few in our colors, it'll be good. Synchronized Spellcraft. 5 mana for 4 damage to a creature. 1 mana removal equal to twice the number of creatures in your party for damage. I think this card is less likely to be seen again rather than Seagate Banneret, so I'm going to take the Practice Tactics. Okay. Ooh, man. A lot of these cards are good for us. So Molten Blast is good removal. Songmad Treachery is an excellent 5-drop. Core Blade Master is really good, as well as Gomafata Vanguard. I think I'm going to go with the Vanguard over the Blade Master because we have no equipment currently. Alright, I will take a Spikefield Hazard. Pyroclastic Hellion's not bad as a top end. Cleansing Wildfire is not really limited playable. So, alright, we can take Ardent Electromancer, or we can take Sneaking Guide. I like Ardent Electromancer because it kind of does a Burning Tree, Priest of Urabosk sort of impression. So like if we have a curve where we play one of our 2 warriors on 2, if we play this on 3, it'll add 2 red mana and we can potentially cast another 2-drop, which can make the deck very fast. Dauntless Unity, kind of an Anthem effect on our creatures. I think I'll take the Scavenged Blade. Scorched Rider is not bad either, or Scorch Rider, excuse me. This isn't uncommon, is it? No. Okay. I'm going to take the Scavenged Blade. I do want access to at least one. Inordinate Rage is fine as a combat trick. I don't really want it in the main deck. I will play it if I have nothing better to put in that slot. It's not terrible. I'll take another Scavenged Blade. Cool. Disenchant could be good for the sideboard. Tormenting Voice is more for like the blue-red spellcasty kind of deck, I think. I'll take Disenchant. I'm not going to be playing either of these, so I guess I'll take a Squid for the meme. Spell Shield. And an Island. Alright. So pack 2, pick 1, we have Angel of Destiny, which I guess is technically labeled a bomb, so we'll take Angel of Destiny. Hopefully whoever we passed to the left took the blue rare and opened a red rare. Okay. So, several good cards in this pack for us. There's Fisher Wizard, Canyoneer Boa, and Myriad Construct. I like Myriad Construct. It's easy to cast on 4. It has a benefit of going wide if our opponent targets it with removal. I kind of like Canyoneer Boa as well, but I'm going to go with the rare. Okay. I like Emeria Captain. I like Relic Axe. I like Resolute Strike. Shepherd of Heroes isn't bad. I like a Coom Warrior as well. I think I want another 4-drop. Relic Axe is also very good. I think it's actually slightly better than Scavenged Blade. Yeah, we're going to take the Emeria Captain for now. Okay, I don't like Tuk Tuk Rubble Fort, so we'll take an Expedition Healer. We may or may not be playing that, we'll see. I will take a third Kargan War Leader, and a fourth Kargan War Leader. And now I'm just going to try and pick everything with the word warrior on it. So we're pretty heavy in the 3-drop slot now, and Stonework Pack Beast is technically a warrior, so I don't really want Molten Blast at the moment. I mean, I'll take it if you're going to keep offering it to me, though. I guess another Disenchant for the sideboard. A playset of Lords, huh? Cliffhaven Kitesail is not bad, especially with the whole like equip sub-theme to the red-white deck. Teeter Peak Ambusher or a Relic Axe. I think I'll take the Ambusher. We already have some equipment, and Relic Axe is good. It's not amazingly better than Scavenged Blade. It is a decent bit better, though. But I think right now we just need more creatures than we have. I'll take the Squid for the meme. We do want to see if we can get some of the 1-mana white bannerets or banners, banner carriers, or whatever they're called. The 1/2 core with 5 mana pump the team. That is a core warrior. I would like to pick up like 2 of those if I could. Put Rubble Fort in the side, because I'll take a card in my colors, but that doesn't mean I have to play it. Seagate Banneret, that's the one. Perfect, we got one. I'd like to get maybe 2 of these total. Orient Reef Ooze. It's kind of sad because this card is really good, and I'm not going to splash that. Rotag Night Runner. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Fling/Land or Stonework Pack Beasts. I think we take the Fling or the Pack Beast. Night Runner is great, but it has the same problem that a lot of the red Impulsive Draw has. It can force you to play awkwardly if you're not careful, plus we have cards that are way better on 3. I think I take the Fury, and if I didn't take the Fury, I would take the Pack Beast here. Wow. That kind of sucks. I will take a Scorch Rider. Kind of a top-end mana sink. Wow, is no one playing these colors? What does this do? Whenever you cast a kick spell, draw a card and discard a card. Enters battlefield, look at the top 5, take a card with Kicker, put it in your hand, and the rest on the bottom. I will take another Seagate Banneret over another Scorch Rider. I do want to have a lower curve because we have so many Lords. I want my creatures to come out pre-Lord pump, basically, so that they can attack the turn that I play the Lord. Paired Tactician, I think, is going to be better for us than Fisher Wizard is. Fisher Wizard's great. Can help loot away extra lands and stuff, but this is really good in the Warrior deck. I think I take a Practice Tactics. I don't know if we're playing it. Skyclave Geopede is great, but I think what we're doing doesn't need Skyclave Geopede. I think I would rather have the removal. Expedition Champion, sorry, I clicked through that pack without actually meaning to select a card immediately. Nahiri's Lithoforming, I will take. I don't know that I'm actually going to run it. Cliffhaven Sellsword is another 2-mana warrior. We might actually be able to cut down on things we were strictly playing for the party mechanic, basically. And just go straight warriors. At this point, I will take a Grotag. Let's see. We only have like technically like 2 or 3 pieces of removal. I should probably take a Smite the Monstrous in case I come up against an opponent who's playing really big creatures. We don't need Grotag Night Runner. It's good. Yeah, I'm going to take a Smite the Monstrous for the sideboard, basically. I'll take a Hellion. Hellion can be good, especially in this deck, because we have like 2 or 3 of the tap lands. I'll take a Spare Supplies, probably not playing it. I'll take a Spare Supplies, probably not playing it. I won't be playing a third Scavenge Blade. We're not playing green. And we get a basic. Alright, so group creatures separately. Probably only going to run 1 blade. Spikefield Hazard might be just played as a land in this deck. I need to cut 4 cards. Okay, so Smite the Monstrous is out until... Why can't I make my own piles anymore? So take out the tap lands. I think I'd like to cut 2 cards and then bring these back in and fill the rest of the land up. Fill the rest of the deck up. So Expedition Healer is good, but we only have two other clerics. I think I'm going to cut the Expedition Healer, and then we don't have anything that plays off of being equipped. The Kite Sail does help our creatures become more evasive. This is probably going to be a 4-mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance most of the time, which I don't think is bad. It does get pumped by the War Leader. It just makes me wish I was playing more equipment, but I don't think I can justify more equipment necessarily. Alright. This wants me to run 8 and 8. Oops. Bring in this, and this, and this. Probably want a 17th land. I think we'll find out after like game 1 and 2. But I think this deck is actually pretty sweet. We didn't get a lot of rare payoffs, but we did open an Angel of Destiny, which really helped. Alrighty, here we go. We are on the draw. Our earliest creature is going to be Kargan War Leader. Yeah, I think I'm going to mulligan because my opponent mulliganed. Opponent said, hi, good luck. Okay, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to put back Pyroclastic Hellion. Okay, opponent starts Mountain. We draw Plains, which is excellent. This lets us curve the Goma Fata Vanguard into Paired Tactician. Okay. Opponent plays an Akum Warrior as a tap land. We draw a Cliffhaven Kitesail. Play Goma Fata Vanguard. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp and a Skyclave Geopede. Play a Mountain. Play Paired Tactician. Pass the turn. I do want to play out the equipment next turn. If my opponent attacks, which they probably should if they have aggressive landfall creatures, I'm not going to block. Alright, they Molten Blast the Paired Tactician, they hit us for 5. That's fine. Okay, so we'll go ahead and play Cliffhaven Kitesail. Suit up the Vanguard. Play out a Scavenge Blade. Go to combat, hit our opponent for 4. Well, if we just happen to draw like 2 lands in a row and one of them happens to be a Plains, we're in a good spot. Okay, opponent hits us for 5, down to 10. They play a Pyroclastic Hellion. They probably pick up a Akum Teeth. We really need to get down this Myriad construct, and they do, by the way. We untap and draw a Grotag Bugcatcher. Oof. I think we've lost. And I don't think there's anything we can do about it. It's okay. Alright. I'm going to bring in Smite the Monstrous. My opponent had like 3 or 4 different creatures that died to Smite the Monstrous, and I think Practice Tactics is going to be actually kind of bad. In fact, I might actually just cut the other one and bring in a Scavenged Blade. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. We would like to play first. I mean, it's not horrible, so we're going to keep. I think going to 6 and just losing out on the extra cards here is bad. But it also starts Mountain. Play Plains, play Stonework Pack Beast. Pass the turn. Next turn we have the choice of like Mountain Molten Blast or McKindy Stampede Scavenge Blade, depending on what our opponent plays. They play a Fisher Wizard. They discard a Swamp. We untap, we draw a Cliffhaven Kitesail. In that case, I think I'm going to get aggressive. We're going to suit up the Pack Beast with the Kitesail and the Scavenge Blade. Hit our opponent for 1. This lets us play tap land and have Molten Blast next turn, and then if we draw any land, we can play Angel of Destiny, and we're in a great spot. Okay, opponent plays an Acquisitions Expert. So we reveal these 2 cards to hide the fact that we're holding a Mythic. Kind of hoping my opponent does not take Makindi Stampede. Okay. They take the Molten Blast. We untap. We draw a Teeter Peak Ambusher. So play Makindi Mesas, go to combat. Attack for 4. Play a Teeter Peak Ambusher. And hoping we draw an untapped land next turn. Okay, opponent plays a Shatter Skull Minotaur and attacks us for 5. So take our beats. We untap. Draw a mountain, perfect. Go get him, Angel of Destiny. Go to combat. Hit them for 4 in the air. Okay, so opponent stays at 12 and we gain 4. There's pretty much no universe where we'd block that Shatter Skull Minotaur if they attack with it this turn again. Good, they didn't even attack. Draw planes. This doesn't have trample. So we would gain 8 life if we attack. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So attack like this. We could have moved the equipment over, actually. Probably should have done that. I'm going to hold on to this plains for a turn. I know it's the difference between activating Teeter Peak Ambusher once or activating it twice. But I really doubt we're going to have to activate it twice. Yeah, I should have moved the equipment over. That was my bad. Okay, opponent attacks for 8. Block the Geopede. Okay. So my opponent plays a Malakir Rebirth, forcing themselves to lose 2 life. They get back Skyclave Geopede. We take 5 and go to 20. Opponent passes. We draw a Pyroclastic Hellion. So since we didn't move the equipment over, we lose out on moving it over this turn. So attack our opponent in the air for a lot. Okay, they destroy the Stonework Pack Beast. That's fine. So we gain 2, gain 2 again. Play a Plains. Play Pyroclastic Hellion. Pick up Makindi Mesas, deal 2 damage to our opponent. Pass the turn. Then we can make the Hellion fly, like the unholy abomination that it is, and stick the Scavenge Blade on the Angel of Destiny. And that's probably enough to win. This card seems like a must-answer immediately type card. I guess I'll block the Fisher Wizard. We don't actually technically need to block, just because we have so much life, but like... they had a Royal Eruption. Okay, they play a Grotag Night Runner. We draw Seagate Banneret. So, suit up the Angel. Play the Banneret. Hit them for 8. Well, I mean, we gain 8 by attacking them. They don't actually lose life past 4. Makes this card slightly awkward, but like... Alright, opponent pumps the Geopede. Attacks with the team. Block the 1-2 with our 1-2. Opponent exiles a mountain off the top of their deck. Plays a Geopede out of hand. We untap. Draw Goma Fata Vanguard. So, go to combat. Do the whole attack for 8, gain 8 thing. Could make it 10. Okay, we go up to 19. Play the Vanguard. And equip the Vanguard. Pass the turn. And we're just going to cast McKindy Stampede and I think win the game. Okay, so my opponent attacks for a lot. We're going to block here because we don't want our opponent to like draw any extra cards that could potentially kill us. We go to 4. And I think that does it. Cast McKindy Stampede. Nice. Alright. Well then. That actually showed that practice tactics might have some use, because our opponent does have some X1s. We don't really need disenchant or anything like that. I think we just run it back. Smite the Monstrous still seems more useful than practice tactics, especially when our opponent has conditionally large creatures like the Geopede. Opponent is on the play, so they do have a distinct advantage this game, because we are both aggro decks. Yeah, if we draw lands, this hand is good. We even have a couple of turns to draw lands. So start Mountain, pass the turn. Plays a Swamp into an Expedition Skulker. Play Plains, play Bug Catcher. Okay, opponent attacks us for 2, no blocks. They play a Geopede. Play Plains. Play our first Kargan War Leader of the match, which is awkward considering we have 4 of them. Attack for 3. Opponent does not trade. Okay, Landfall. They play an Ardent Electromancer, get 2 red mana. And a Feed the Swarm, losing 3 life. They hit us for 7. Okay, we untap. Draw Kazul's Fury. We might need this for burn to kill our opponent with. So let's see, we have about 3 or 4 different options. We can play a Plains. Okay, so we can play Expedition Champion. We can play Kazul's Fury, which will get us to Pyroclastic Hellion next turn. We can play a Plains, we can leave up Smite the Monstrous, which is probably our worst play, because I think we have to be proactive to win the game here. I'm going to attack with the Bug Catcher, because I'm not blocking with it. It does count itself in the party calculation. So, this is offering the trade here. Okay. Opponent takes the 2. So, we're going to play Expedition Champion. And Kazul's Cliffs. Pass the turn. So we're representing 8 damage next turn. Do we have to block that? Our opponent does have Royal Eruption in their deck, by the way. Yeah, I think we have to trade. Not thrilled about that in the slightest. Molten Blast to kill our other creature, and we lose Expedition Champion. Okay, well, bad times all around. Play a Plains. Play Pyroclastic Hellion. Pick up Kazul Cliffs. Deal 2 damage to our opponent. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Black Bloom Rogue. Attacks for 7. Whatever we block, we lose the Hellion to. I think we take the 7 and go to 2. Go to combat. Attack for 4. My opponent might not block. Okay. They do block. Basically our only hope was that they didn't block, then we play the Blade and Fury Fling at them. We can't actually do anything to stay alive, though. So. Alright. I played into a combat trick that I probably shouldn't have there with the Molten Blast. That was a pretty close race, though. I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright, round 2, here we go. We're looking for a hand that's like 1-drop, 2-drop, Lord, something to follow up with 3 lands. Okay, our opponent didn't show up. Alright, round 2 for real. We lost the die roll again. Alright, you know what? It's a little slow, but we have something on 2, and we have most of our mana to get to our bomb. Opponent's playing a green deck. Okay. Start by playing Gazul's Cliffs, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Balaged's Sanctuary. We draw a Lord, so play Teeter Peak Ambusher. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island into a Lull Mage's Familiar. Draw Expedition Champion. So play a mountain, play the champion, pass the turn. Next turn we can play McKindy Stampede as a land, unless I draw an untapped land. If I draw an untapped land, I'll play the untapped land, and then we'll follow up with the War Leader and start attacking. Okay, they play a Cunning Geyser Mage. Ooh, second Lord. Play McKindy Maces. Play Kargan War Leader. Go to combat. Attack for 7. Okay. Opponent blocks our 2/4 with their 2/4, and they pass. Opponent plays an island. They have access to 5 mana now. Opponent is deep in the tank. Okay. We play a Turn Timber Ascetic and gain some life. We untap and draw a Seagate Banneret. I'm really tempted to just play another War Leader and start swinging. But I think the Angel is probably the way to go. Yeah, we'll go with the Angel. And we are going to attack for 5 here. Opponent has to either trade their biggest creature or risk us gaining 5 life. Okay. They let us gain the life. So next turn we're looking at playing Kargan War Leader, most likely. If we happen to draw an untapped land, I think Seagate Banneret Pump the whole team is better, because Angel of Destiny gets pumped in that scenario rather than just playing Kargan War Leader. Although Kargan War Leader would let us activate Teeter Peak Ambusher, so I guess that's the other consideration. Opponent plays a Veteran Adventurer. Strength of Solidarity, making their one guy pretty large. Okay. We untap and get a Grotag Bugcatcher. So let's go ahead and... Oh, actually, that only worked if we drew a land. Play the other Kargan War Leader that we have. Go to combat. Attack. And attack. Opponent no blocks, so we gain a ton of life. Play the Bugcatcher. Okay, so land is good, Lord is good. Pyroclastic Hellion is good. Opponent plays a land. Alright, they've made 2 8/8s. This one has Vigilance too. Alright, that's kind of annoying. Oh, and they Rabbit Bite down the Angel. I think we just take the 16. Yeah. Go to 11. Untap. We get a Paired Tactician. I think we just swing out. Opponent will probably double block one Lord and then block the other one. Take 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they'll go to 6. They don't have any cards in hand. Problem is we lose our 2 Lords, which represents tons of our damage. And we have to block with whatever we play, almost certainly. We have to block with at least one thing. Alright, well, go to combat. Swing for the fences. We had no creature types we could play to make this bigger, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, opponent blocks a Lord. Blocks an Expedition Champion. And that's it, huh? So they take 1, 2, 3, 11 damage. They're going to go to 7. Yeah, that's fine. Play Seagate Banneret. Play Myriad Construct. No kicker. Pass the turn. So now we can chump the big guys if they attack. If they... because they would need 2 removal spells, basically, to kill us here, and if they cast a removal spell on the Myriad Construct, we go really wide and definitely can block. But unless they have some massive pump spell that gives trample, I think we've got them. And they attack for 8. Block like this. We do lose out on our creature anthem effect there, but... Bubble Snare. So they're going to tap Expedition Champion. Alright, well that got a lot worse. We draw planes. So if we swing out, they just block the 2 biggest things, which would be here and here. They would take 1, 2, 3, then up to 6, I guess? Hang on. They block here, and they would block here. Meaning that we would lose 2 of our biggest things, and then... Alright, play planes. Play Paired Tactician, pass the turn. Yeah, we needed them not to draw removal there. Especially not removal that for our biggest thing that also gained them life. That was pretty bad. Okay, opponent doesn't even attack with the Vigilance guy. We untap and draw Practice Tactics. Practice Tactics lets us crack our own Myriad construct to make sure that we have enough blockers. That's about all it does. Yeah, I think we attack all out here. Because it's whenever it becomes the target of a spell, not the target of a spell an opponent controls. So go to combat, attack with everybody. Okay, triggered abilities. Let's see how our opponent blocks. This would be really bad if our opponent has like an Into the Royal or something. Because then they could bounce the Lord and we would lose all of our damage. But they've had like... they've been top decking for a while now. So that's lethal, what you're looking at right there, opponent. Okay, so they do block. Okay. So we lose 2 guys, they're going to take 7, so we move to damage. Okay. While this is still considered attacking, we're going to crack it to make blockers. Okay. That should also guarantee we can go wide enough next turn to kill our opponent. We can also kill them by drawing a Pyroclastic Hellion to sneak in the last 2 bits of damage. Okay, chump with the construct. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Because if they have exactly 1 piece of... oh, okay. They don't. Cool. We won. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe their last card was actually a way to kill that. Or way to kill us, I mean. If they had like a pump spell. I'm kind of tempted to bring in Disenchant because they do have bubble snares, but I think in the general case it's probably not good enough. That was the first game we cast more than 1 Lord, and it was pretty good. This hand is really slow, but has all of our colors of mana. I think I'm going to mulligan. I want a faster hand than that. This counts. Okay, I'll keep. I'm going to put back Spikefield Hazard. It's pretty good, but I want my untap lands this game. I did technically have a window to play it on turn 2. I'm just really hoping to draw a 2-drop. Okay, well no 2-drop yet. Play Seagate Banneret, pass the turn. So we'd like to draw like Goma Fata Vanguard here. Okay, opponent plays a Cleric of Chill Depths. Cliffhaven Sellsword also technically works. Pass the turn. No attacks, of course. Opponent plays an Island. Passes. We draw a mountain, so play a mountain, go to combat, attack for 4. Okay. Opponent blocks the Sellsword, trades, play Paired Tactician, pass the turn. So Paired Tactician is going to start growing whenever we attack with another warrior. Opponent bubble snares the Paired Tactician. Okay. We draw Kargan War Leader. Play Expedition Champion, so we can play War Leader next turn and maximize damage. If I do draw White Source, I will play Angel of Destiny. I think over the War Leader. Okay, we draw Myriad Construct, which, well, is technically a more efficient use of our mana. This is way more damage, way faster. And our opponent is choked out of one color of mana right now. So hit our opponent for 7, down to 11. Okay, they found a green source. And they play a Lull Mage's Familiar. We untap, we draw a Scorch Rider. So go to combat. Swing with the team. Okay, opponent blocks the Lord. Takes 7, goes to 4. Yeah, we'll play the Scorch Rider this turn. It's technically larger than the Myriad construct. Okay, opponent plays a 1/1 with Death Touch. And a 4/3. If we draw an untapped land, I'm pretty sure this is lethal. Okay, Practice Tactics is nice. Opponent concedes. Alright. We're 1-1 going into round 3. Alright, round 3, here we go. Yeah. This is good. On turn 3 we can play the Electromancer and like Scavenge Blade. Or Teeter Peak Ambusher. I think to be as mana efficient as possible, I'm going to play Kazul's Cliffs first. Okay, opponent's got islands, they play a Stonework Pack Beast. We draw a Gomafada Vanguard. So, play plains, play the Vanguard, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Forest, attacks for 2, no blocks. Opponent plays a 3-mana 2/3. We draw a Pack Beast, play a Mountain, play Ardent Electromancer, add 2 red, play Grotag Bugcatcher, attack and say Seafloor Stalker can't block. Okay, opponent plays a Lull Mage's Familiar and attacks for 4. And they're gonna, I think they'll regret that attack. Okay. Opponent hits us for 2, we untap. Draw a Spikefield Hazard, which is a nice way to answer Stonework Pack Beast. So play the Kite Sail, have the Vanguard fly. We don't have to work. We can let this guy attack and just take out an opponent's blocker, basically. We'll put a Scavenge Blade on the Bugcatcher. And we'll attack and say Lull Mage's Familiar can't block. Okay, opponent trades. They still take some damage over the top. Pass the turn. So we're currently winning the race. Opponent plays a tap land. They do have 4 mana, so that could be a Bubble Snare, could be a Geyser Mage that effectively does nothing. They attack us for 2. Yeah, that's fine. We untap, we draw Practiced Tactics, which is actually perfect. So play Stonework Pack Beast, go to combat, attack, say Lull Mage's Familiar can't block. Okay, Practice Tactics, take out the Geyser Mage, hit our opponent for 2 in the air. Another Lull Mage's Familiar. This time they stay back on defense. And this time we draw a Kargan War Leader, which I don't think really changes what we do. Okay, we're going to suit up the flyer and attack. We're going to make our opponent have to have some kind of removal for the flyer, because between this and Spikefield Hazard or Kargan War Leader, we have lethal. My opponent could have an unsummon from into the Royal, which they do. Okay. Pass the turn. We have been a little bit choked on mana, but I mean, like, we've had really good plays this whole game, so I'm not too upset about that. Okay, opponent attacks for 4, we're not going to block. We take 4 and go to 10. Oh my god. Opponent has Cherix the Raging Isle, which is effectively a permanent chump blocker. Play a Mountain. Play Vanguard, play Ambusher, pass the turn. Yeah, Okay, my opponent attacks like this. I'm going to put Teeter Peak Ambusher in front of Stonework Pack Beast. We take 4 and go to 6. When it passes, we untap, draw Mountain. Play Kargan War Leader. And I think our opponent's just dead. Attack with everybody. Say the crab can't block. Oh. Alright, we might be dead. So our opponent takes 3 and goes to 6. Alright, pass the turn. I don't think they can kill us this turn. I mean, they're really close. It's a pretty good card. Opponent has a kicked Cunning Geyser Mage, which lets them gain life. They bounce the Vanguard. Okay. It's not like we can give them haste. 3, 6, 9. I'm actually going to Spikefield Hazard my opponent, because I think that might matter here. Play a Plains. We could equip here, pump to 5. It's not like this has reach. And our opponent blocks 2 things. We would die on the backswing if we do that. We're so close to killing them. So in this case, we'll suit up, let's say, the Electromancer. Attack for 3 in the air. Replay the Vanguard. Oh, I should have moved the flying equipment over to the Teeter Peak Ambusher. That was bad. That was a non-negligible amount of mana and a very negligent thing to do. Verizol the Split Current. Okay. Yeah, if I'd have moved that over, I'd be killing my opponent right now. Because I'd be attacking for 6 instead of 4. Alright, well, that was a game we should have won. If I lose, I'm sorry, and I apologize in advance. Okay, they put a 1/1 counter on their Lull Mage's Familiar. They play an island. This one represents 3 damage, this one represents 3 damage, and this one represents 3 damage. Technically, I probably don't have to block here, but if my opponent's last card is another 1/1 counter combat trick or something like that. We go to 4. Kill our opponent. Whew! Alright, we still won, despite the punt. Alright, practice tactics out, smite the monstrous end. My opponent has several huge creatures. And this hand is so unbearably slow, I've got a mulligan. I don't think there's any way that hand wins. This hand's a lot better. But we'll put back Scorch Rider. So like our best draw would be like 2-drop or land 2-drop. So start Seagate Banneret, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Vine Gecko. Draw a mountain, play a mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Risen Riptide. Attacks for 2, no blocks. We draw Plains, play a Plains. Play Kargan War Leader. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Forest. 3 mana. Kicked, Reclaim the Wastes. Cost reduced due to Vine Gecko. So they attack for 8. No blocks. We'll take 8. We'll go to 10. Untap. Play a mountain. Play Ardent Electromancer. Get some red mana. Play our other Kargan War Leader. Attack for 7. Take them to 13. Plays an island. 5 mana for a kicked Tazim Royal Mage. Okay, hang on. They're attacking for 9. We can play a land and pump the whole team next turn. Our opponent can block 5 damage, which means they'll take 4, 9, 13 damage. No blocks. Okay. Pump the team, go to combat, and kill our opponent. Nice. Telling you, man, that 1-mana Seagate Banneret, super worth it. It's one of the best 1-drops in this set. Anytime you can play a 1-mana 1/2 that has a mana sink attached to it in a format where 6-mana 3/2s are playable, like the Cunning Geyser Mage as an example, I think it's worth it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry it's not Mystery Booster, but I don't have the brain power for Mystery Booster to do content with. I can draft it on my own time, but I can't make it a content thing. Anyway, if you like this video, please leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. And remember, you can follow me on Twitch, same username over there as you find me here. And yeah, I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope to see you there. You're all wonderful human beings, and I really appreciate your support. We're closing in on 450 subscribers pretty quickly, which has got me very excited. We're just about halfway to monetization for the channel, which is super exciting, a goal that I never even thought was possible. And we went from like a fifth to a half inside of like 2 months, which is really, really awesome. So thank you all so much. And yeah, hope I'll see you guys next time. Bye.